In today's video, I'm gonna be back in let's say car driving with a Jaguar F-Type, and I'm be taking on the track for a challenge. So pretty much the challenge rule is we gotta take this thing for a full lap without having any crashes or any spin out. Now that sounds pretty simple, but it's not, especially with this car. But with that being said, let's get straight into it. So let's launch this thing in 3, 2, 1, blast off. Now I did tune this thing up, so hopefully those tunes that I made makes a major difference, because this thing, I don't really have that much experience driving it, to be honest, but I know from the few times driving it that it's not very easy to control. But I'm hoping those changes that I made, the suspension and the alignment, everything really helps me. I also want you guys to pray for me in the comments, because this thing is known for having some oversteer. Well, in my opinion, this thing is known for being very oversteer. I almost failed the challenge in the oh my gosh. I need you guys to start praying for me. I need a lot of prayers with this thing, because we almost failed like 1 minute and a couple minutes into the video, which is really very bad. And I'm not trying to fail this thing. This thing isn't really a favorite car of mine or a car that I drive often, but I still don't want it to fail. I don't want any car that I take on this challenge to fail, to be honest. So I'm gonna try my best to not have this thing fail. But this thing is very hard to control at times, so I'm hoping you guys are praying for me. But so far it's doing pretty well. It's taking the turns, it's doing what it's supposed to do, and I'm trying to do what I'm supposed to do. Hopefully the car just works with me. This car is not known for working with you every time, in my driving experiences with it. Maybe for you guys it has a difference. Did I say difference? Maybe for you it's different. So I'm trying to say different. It's handling a bit different, to be honest, based on my previous experiences. It's doing a lot better. I mean, I made it pretty far, like a couple minutes into the track, and it's doing okay. I mean, that's good. As long as we don't spin it out or crash it, I'm gonna be okay or happy. As long as it passed the challenge, I'm gonna be happy, because I'm not trying to have this thing spin out on me or go into the barrier, because that would pretty much classify as a crash. Even a little love tap would fail. But I'm gonna try my best to not have this thing fail. The brakes on this thing are very intense, but so far it's doing okay. The tunes that I made and the changes are definitely helping. As long as we keep this thing under control, I don't think we're gonna have any major issue. We gotta be careful on some of these bits, especially those little bumpy bits, because that can make this thing go sideways very quick. So we gotta be very careful, especially for this bit. There's a little jump there, we gotta be careful. This bit is also a little tricky. These turns are super sharp, even though they don't seem sharp, they're very sharp if you're going too fast into them. But I'm doing well, and the car is doing very well, so I'm happy with what I'm seeing so far. As long as I can make it to the end, I'm good. All we gotta do is just one lap, and I think I'm about quarter way to it. Careful, this part is very tricky as well, gotta be careful. But I'm not really focused on time either. Most of the time, or all the time doing challenge, I'm not focused on the time, because the time isn't really that important. Well, I mean, if I do add like we gotta beat a specific time or catch a specific time or make the challenge a little more interesting, it's gonna be a lot harder. But I don't really have a problem with it becoming hard, because I mean, that's the point of a challenge, making it hard. Not as hard as possible, but it depends. If you guys want me to like add some more like rules and stuff like that, where I can't go under a specific speed or have to try to maintain a specific speed, just let me know in the comments. That would be a lot more fun and a lot more harder for me. I'd probably start sweating every time I'm driving a car on the track now. But it would be definitely fun. But I know I'm gonna fail a lot of cars. I'm gonna fail. I'll probably have a lot more failure. Ooh. The tire screeching there was intense. I thought I was gonna go straight into the barrier, but luckily we're okay. Get some third person action. Oh, the first person action first, then we're gonna just go into third person. Oh, the car sounds insane from this perspective. Love it. This perspective of driving is not bad actually. It's not bad. I prefer first person, but the hood view is not bad. And now you guys can actually see the weight transfer and all of that stuff a lot better. Try to give you guys some different perspective. I need to start doing this more often. As usually I'm just in first person like the whole video. Now I'm gonna start doing some third person more often, so you guys can see how realistic the game is. Like you can see the weight transfer and all of that stuff. I don't want to be in third person for this part, because this part can be very, very tricky if you're not careful. As long as you make it for this portion, I'm good. So far the car is doing absolutely well. I love it. I love it for this thing, because this thing, as I said, is known for being very tricky to handle at times, but these changes that I made definitely helped it, which I'm happy for it. I don't think this car has a good reputation in the game, because I don't really see players using it that much unless you're like new to the game and they just unlocked it. That's the main time I see players really driving it. Other than that, I hardly see it in servers, so this thing is very underrated. But I hope this video helps you get a little redemption to see that it's actually not that bad, if you tune it up, of course. Actually handles pretty well, and we're like pretty much almost to the end of the track, and it did super well. I'm super proud of it. Coming from my previous driving experience with this thing, I'm super proud of it. It's a more hood view. You can kind of see the weight transfer in this perspective as well, which is pretty cool. The third person again. Be very, very careful. This part is very dangerous in third person. Could have been very bad there, but we're good. This part is very, very dangerous as well. I've seen so many players take that turn too fast and go straight into the barrier there. It's not even funny. That also happened to me before. I'm not gonna act like it didn't happen to me too. I was about to say, this car doesn't seem like it has any hops and banks, but it has. Oh my gosh, Jaguar, you did super well, but it's sad to say that we couldn't save you right there, Jaguar. Very, 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 very sad. Let's just turn on the hazards. You did so well, you came so far. Oh my gosh, you came so far, it's not even funny. Maybe if I was in first person I would be able to catch you back there, but there's nothing we can do now. I thought I had it, but then it just did some unpredictable stuff again, and we just did a full 360 straight into the barrier. I was a 180, I don't even remember. But the Jaguar came so far. I'm not even going full send anymore. It came so far and it did so well, and it tried so hard. I mean, it did do pretty well, I'm gonna give it that. It did very well, but it just at the end we just had a little miss up there where it couldn't catch it back in time, and it just ended up into the barrier. I thought I had it, but it didn't. But it did super well, I gotta give it that. But it didn't beat the challenge, but it put up a good fight. A very, very good fight. Feel so bad for the Jaguar because it's very underrated. But it actually did that very well and a good time. I thought it was only like 9 something. I got 8.45. It's not bad. I can't believe we messed up so close to the end. I feel like it could have done. I feel like it can beat the challenge, to be honest. I feel it definitely can beat the challenge. Maybe I'll do a part 2 or a redemption. But for now, I'm gonna move on to the next car, which I'm not sure which one we'll do next. But the Jaguar put up a very, very good fight. Gotta give it that. I'm gonna show you guys set up real quick in case you want to change it. If you have this, well, most players who play this game would have this car because it's unlocked by miles and it's not very high on the miles, so you don't need a lot of miles to unlock it. I don't remember the exact amount, but I'll probably show you after this. But for the camber, I recommend you changing every single thing on this car because it's very hard to control if you keep it stock. For the rear, I changed the front and the rear camber. The caster, definitely change the caster. The toe, change the front, and I change the rear. I think this really helps a lot with the handling because it's handling a lot better than it did before. Suspension, stiffness, the rear stiffness, the damping, the rear damping, height offset, the rear wheel offset, that's pretty much stock. The gearbox is not really important, it doesn't really add to the handling, but you can change it to mine if you want to, but it doesn't really help with the handling. The differential, this is very important as well, not the final drive but everything in it. Let me just go slower. This is for the final drive, so I have it. I think I want to, well, no, I'm not going to change the final drive again. I'm going to keep it that way. Torque vector, front diff power, front diff ghost, front diff preload, rear diff power, rear diff ghost, rear diff preload. You can slow it down or pause the video if I'm going too fast. For the steering, this is how I have it. But it put up a very, very good fight to the challenge. I gotta give it that. It was only just a little mishap at the end, but it did very well. And it only took 300 miles to unlock, which is not that majorly insane. Most players, if you play the game, already have more than that, so it's not very hard to get, especially if you play the game a lot. Most players do have this car, but I want you guys to take it on the track and attempt this challenge for yourself, and come back to this video and leave a comment if you did or were able to make it through one lap without any crashes or spin out. For me, at the end, I messed up. I need to see exactly where I messed up on the track to keep that part of the track in my mind. But I hope you guys enjoyed, hope you found it helpful. Peace out.